What a showdown we witnessed on February 25, 2026, as the San Antonio Spurs clashed with the Toronto Raptors in a game that truly lived up to the hype. From the opening tip-off, the intensity was undeniable. Both teams stepped onto the court with something to prove, and you could feel the competitive energy in every possession. The pace was fast, the defense was physical, the shot-making was absolutely elite. The Spurs came in looking sharp, moving the ball with confidence and attacking the rim with authority. On the other side, the Raptors were locked in defensively, forcing tough shots and turning steals into fast break opportunities. Every bucket was answered. Every run was challenged. This wasn't just another regular season game, this was a battle. As the game unfolded, momentum shifted again and again, keeping fans on the edge of their seats. Big-time threes, powerful dunks, and clutch plays defined the night. But what truly made this matchup unforgettable was the dramatic finish that had everyone talking. So sit back and get ready as we break down one of the most thrilling games of the NBA season, Spurs versus Raptors. February 25th, 2026. Let's relive the action. The game tipped off with serious energy, as both the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors wasted no time setting the tone. From the very first possession, you could see that this wasn't going to be a slow, tactical battle. This was going to be fast, aggressive, and intense. The Spurs pushed the pace immediately, attacking the rim in transition and moving the ball quickly around the perimeter to find open shooters. Early on, San Antonio's offensive rhythm looked sharp. Crisp passing led to open three-point looks, and they capitalized. Their guards penetrated the defense, collapsing Toronto's interior coverage and kicking the ball out for clean shots. On the defensive end, the Spurs applied pressure, contesting shots and fighting for rebounds. But the Raptors responded with confidence. They slowed the tempo slightly and focused on efficient shot selection. Smart ball movement allowed them to create spacing, and their wings knocked down tough, mid-range jumpers. Toronto also attacked the paint aggressively, acting on fouls and getting to the free throw line to keep the scoreboard ticking. Midway through the quarter, it turned into a back-and-forth exchange. Every Spurs bucket was answered by a Raptors run. The crowd could feel the momentum swinging possession by possession. Strong defensive stops turned into highlight fast breaks, and the energy inside the arena kept rising by the end of the first quarter. The score was tight. Neither team had control, and that was the most exciting part. The message was clear. This game was going to be decided in the final moments. As the second quarter began, both teams turned to their benches, and that's where the dynamics of the game started to shift. The Raptors' second unit came in with tremendous energy, immediately increasing the defensive intensity. They pressured ball handlers, forced turnovers, and converted those mistakes into quick transition points. Toronto's bench provided a major spark. Quick ball movement led to open corner threes, and a powerful drive through traffic resulted in a big and-one play that ignited the crowd. For a moment, it looked like the Raptors were beginning to take control of the game. However, the Spurs showed resilience. Instead of panicking, they adjusted. Their ball handlers slowed the tempo, running structured half-court sets to regain composure. Smart pick-and-roll execution allowed them to attack mismatches, and they started getting quality looks near the basket again. A couple of deep three-pointers from beyond the arc instantly shifted momentum. Back in San Antonio's favor, the physicality also increased. Rebounds became harder to secure, and both teams battled aggressively in the paint. Defensive rotations tightened, and every possession felt more valuable. With just minutes left in the half, the lead changed multiple times, keeping fans locked into every second. As the halftime buzzer sounded, the scoreboard reflected just how evenly matched these teams were. No blowouts, no dominance, just pure competition. With the game still hanging in the balance, it was clear that the second half would bring even more drama and intensity. Coming out of halftime, both teams looked even more focused. The third quarter began with playoff-level intensity as the Spurs and Raptors tightened up defensively. Every shot was contested, every rebound was fought for, and the physicality on the floor noticeably increased. The Spurs made an early adjustment by attacking, Inside, they worked the ball into the paint, using strong post moves and aggressive drives to draw fouls. Getting to the free throw line helped them build slight momentum. And for a moment, it seemed like San Antonio was starting to create separation. Their defense also stepped up, forcing tough perimeter shots and limiting second-chance opportunities. But the Raptors stayed composed. Instead of rushing shots, they focused on smart ball movement. Crisp passes around the arc created open looks, and they knocked down timely three-pointers to stop the Spurs' mini-runs. One deep shot from the wing completely shifted the energy back toward Toronto, midway through the quarter. The intensity reached another level. Players dove for loose balls, fought through screens, and battled for position in the paint. It felt less like a regular season game and more like a postseason showdown. The crowd reacted to every big defensive stop and every clutch basket. As the third quarter came to a close, the score remained extremely tight. No team had a comfortable lead. The tension was building, and everyone in the arena knew one thing. The fourth quarter was going to decide everything. The fourth quarter delivered exactly what fans hoped for: pure drama. With the game hanging in the balance, both teams elevated their play to another level. Every possession felt critical, and the margin for error disappeared. The Raptors struck first with a confident three-pointer to take a narrow lead. But the Spurs responded immediately with a powerful drive to the rim and a tough finish through contact. The game turned into a trading battle, clutch shot after clutch shot. With under 3 minutes remaining, the intensity skyrocketed. A massive defensive stop by San Antonio led to a fast break dunk that brought the crowd to its feet. Moments later, Toronto answered with a step-back jumper that silenced the arena. The lead kept changing, and the pressure was unbelievable. Then came the final minute. The score was tied. Both teams slowed the pace, carefully setting up their offense. After a key defensive rebound, the Spurs pushed the ball up the floor. Clock was ticking down. 10 seconds, 8 seconds. The ball swung around the perimeter before finding the hot hand. A step-back jumper from beyond the arc, the buzzer, approaching, and bang. The shot dropped clean through the net. The arena erupted as the Spurs secured the win in spectacular fashion. An unforgettable finish. A true NBA thriller. This was basketball at its absolute best. Beyond the dramatic finish, this game was defined by individual brilliance and key momentum-shifting plays. For the Spurs, their leader stepped up when it mattered most. Throughout the night, he controlled the tempo, attacked the defense fearlessly, and delivered in clutch situations. Whether it was a deep three, a strong drive to the basket, or a perfectly timed assist, he made sure his presence was felt on every possession. The Spurs' supporting cast also played a crucial role. Timely three-point shooting stretched the Raptors' defense, while strong rim protection in the second half prevented easy scoring opportunities. One key block late in the fourth quarter completely changed the momentum, set up the fast break sequence that energized the entire team. On the Raptors' side, their top scorer delivered an impressive performance. He consistently created his own shot, knocking down tough mid-range jumpers and attacking the rim through heavy contact. Toronto's ball movement was also impressive, leading to several wide-open three-pointers that kept them in the fight until the very end. Rebounding was another major factor. Both teams battled hard on the boards, but crucial second-chance opportunities made a difference during key stretches of the game. Turnovers also played a role. Every mistake was costly in such a tightly contested matchup in the end. This wasn't just about one shot. It was about resilience, execution under pressure, and stepping up in the biggest moments. That's what made this game unforgettable. What a game between the San Antonio Spurs and the Toronto Raptors on February 25th, 2026. From the opening tip to the final buzzer, this matchup delivered everything NBA fans could ask for: intensity, physical, defense, clutch shooting, and a finish that will be talked about for weeks. Both teams showed heart and determination, refusing to back down no matter the score. The Spurs executed when it mattered most, while the Raptors proved why they are one of the toughest competitors in the league. Games like this remind us why we love basketball: the drama, the unpredictability, the moments that take your breath away. If you enjoyed this full game breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more NBA highlights and epic recaps. Just turn on notifications so you never miss another thriller like this one. Let me know in the comments who was your MVP of the night. Do you think these two teams could meet again in a high-stakes matchup later this season? You in the next video.